Om Namah Shivaya. The word Gandhi basically means perfume seller, which comes from Gandh in Gujarati, and that is how it became later Gandhi. Gandhi's grandfather, Lalji Gandhi, was born in 1674, and 5 generations of his family were Nayab Divans of the princely state of Porbandar. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi went to South Africa to study law and returned from there in 1915 to India. The British were considering to leave India during 1946. A lot of disturbances had taken place in 1946. There were riots in Calcutta, and Hindus particularly attacked Muslims in Noakhali. At this time, Gandhi went to Noakhali and forced the Hindus to stop the attack on Muslims, while he never went to any area where the Muslims had killed Hindus. In fact, Gandhi clearly said, if Hindus attack Muslims, they attack me. Later on September 2, 1946, an interim government was formed under Jawaharlal Nehru. He formed this government by swearing allegiance to the crown. His cabinet ministers also swore allegiance to the crown. This interim government was formed on September 2, 1946, but Gandhi had earlier said on 20th April 1946 itself that he wanted Jawaharlal Nehru to become the Prime Minister of independent India. However, the state or the Pradesh Congress committees, out of total 15, 12 voted for Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to become the first Prime Minister of independent India, and they disregarded the advice of Gandhi in this regard. At this time, Nehru threw a tantrum, went to Gandhi, and thereafter Gandhi summoned Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and told him to withdraw his name from the race for the first Prime Minister of independent India. In fact, he made Nehru the first Prime Minister of independent India on 15th August 1947, whereas Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was relegated to becoming the Home Minister of independent India. During the communal riots which happened at the time of partition, more than 10.5 lakh Hindus were killed, slaughtered, and there was widespread disturbances in the country. In fact, Gandhi had said that partition would happen over his dead body. But like other politicians, like Lalu Yadav said, that the partition of united Bihar into Bihar and Jharkhand would happen over his dead body. But later on, when it happened, he agreed to it. Similarly, Kejriwal said that he would never accept government accommodation. He would never accept government security, but went on to build a huge dream house at the expense of the public. So just like that, Gandhi had said that partition would take place over his dead body, but when partition actually happened, he did not oppose it. In fact, he always favored Pakistan. Just after partition, when Pakistan invaded Jammu and Kashmir, Gandhi prevailed over the newly formed government to release 55 crore of rupees to Pakistan, whereas most of the ministers in the cabinet did not want to give this amount to Pakistan. But Gandhi went on a fast to force them to release 55 crores to Pakistan. Another aspect which you may not know about is that one of his sons, Hari Lal, became a Muslim. He wanted to become a Muslim to marry another Muslim girl. So he converted to Islam, married the girl, and Gandhi was quite happy with it. He never objected to him becoming a Muslim. Hari Lal later on went on to become very compliant with the instructions of the Maulavis, wherein his own daughter Manu, who used to go for Havans at Arya Samaj Mandir, he restrained her from going there. But when she did not listen, on the advice of the Maulavis, he forced her to listen to him, and the Maulavis said that if she did not listen to him and did not stop going to Arya Samaj Mandir, then he was perfectly justified to rape her. So when things became to such an extent, Kasturba Gandhi objected. She went to Arya Samaj in Mumbai, and there she pleaded with them to bring back her son to Sanatan fold. At this time, Vijay Shankar Bhatt from Arya Samaj came to her help and convinced Hari Lal to return back to Sanatan Dharma. At this, Gandhi became very angry, and he also scolded Kasturba Gandhi as to how she could have done this, and why did she do it, and how did she bring an Arya Samaj Swami to convert his son back to Sanatan Dharma. In 1926, Swami Shraddhanand was reinforcing Sanatan identity. He was also doing Ghar Wapasi under a Shuddhi Andolan, and he had converted many persons back to Sanatan fold. The Malkana Rajputs were also converted by him back to Sanatan fold, at which Gandhi was very unhappy. He condemned this kind of reconversion back into Sanatan fold. This later on was also one of the reasons why Abdul Rashid Khan killed Swami Shraddhanand in 1926. At this, Gandhi said to the people that we should forgive him, we should be compassionate towards him, and we should forgive him for killing Swami Shraddhanand. These were the views of Gandhi. Gandhi introduced non-violence, satyagraha and charkha among the Indian population, but according to Prime Minister Clement Attlee, all these instruments did not actually lead to the independence of India. Clement Attlee was the Prime Minister of Britain at the time when India got independence, and he was very dismissal of these kind of measures to attain independence, which had been adopted by Gandhi. Gandhi said, Ahimsa paramo dharma. This is a shlok from Mahabharata, but Gandhi very conveniently did not mention the second line of the shlok. The full shlok of Mahabharata is Ahimsa paramo dharma, dharma hinsa tadaiva cha, which means अहिंसा मनुष्य का परम धर्म है, किंतु धर्म की रक्षा के लिए हिंसा करना उससे भी श्रेष्ठ है. Now, deliberately, Gandhi used only the first line of this Mahabharata shloka to convince the masses. Another misdemeanor of Gandhi was that he converted a beautiful bhajan of Shri Ram into his own interpretation. Now this beautiful bhajan of Ram is Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sita Ram, Sundar Vigrah Megha Shyam, Ganga Tulsi Shaligram, Bhadra Girishwar Sita Ram, Bhagat Janpriya Sita Ram, Janaki Ramana Sita Ram, Jai Jai Raghav Sita Ram. But Gandhi, to his own ends and for his own political purposes, converted this beautiful bhajan of Shri Ram as Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sita Ram, Ishwar Allah Tero Naam, Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan. So you can see how Gandhi converted these beautiful bhajan for his own purposes. Kasturba Gandhi was very ill and the doctors advised that she be given penicillin in case she is to be surviving. Gandhi's son Devdas went to Calcutta and procured penicillin to be given to Kasturba Gandhi, but Gandhi refused to administer penicillin to Kasturba Gandhi and said that only his own prayers would save her. He did not listen to anybody to give penicillin to Kasturba Gandhi and said that she would survive only by his praying to God. But later on, next day, Kasturba Gandhi died because she had been denied penicillin by the dictates of Gandhi. It is also believed that Gandhi was considering to give a broad corridor between East Pakistan and West Pakistan, between the country, which would have bifurcated the country into two parts. A broad corridor running from Pakistan to East Pakistan would have segregated the country and would have destroyed the unity of the country. Because of this, perhaps, a lot of Hindus were against him, in which Nathuram Godse also felt that Gandhi is probably going to initiate some kind of talks between Bangladesh, present-day Bangladesh, and East Pakistan and Pakistan to bring this corridor into formation. So, to avoid such an eventuality, Gandhi had to be killed by Nathuram Godse. This is one of the reasons. Now, another aspect which the Congress needs to explain is after partition, in which more than 10.5 lakh Hindus were killed, slaughtered, and two nations came into existence on religious lines. Pakistan, after formation, immediately declared itself to be an Islamic nation. So, why did the remaining part of India, Bharat, did not declare itself to be a Hindu Rashtra at that time itself in 1947. What were the reasons why it was not declared a Hindu Rashtra in 1947 when Pakistan immediately had declared itself as an Islamic nation? The partition had taken place on religious lines, so why was Congress so hesitant in declaring the remaining part of Bharat as Hindu Rashtra? Nathuram Godse was hanged on 15th November 1949, as well as his accomplice Narayan Apte in Ambala jail. Their bodies were not given to the relatives for conducting the last rites. Now, why was it not done? Because they felt that a huge law and order problem may arise because of the killings of Nathuram Godse and Narayan Apte at that time. So, the jail authorities conducted the last rites near the Ghaggar river and did not hand over the bodies of Nathuram Godse and Narayan Apte to their families. When the brother of Nathuram Godse, Gopal Godse, wrote a book in 1965 to explain why Nathuram Godse had been compelled to kill Gandhi. This book was in Marathi, but still the Congress government at the time banned this book and did not allow it to be reached and read by the millions of people. During World War II, more than 70,000 Indian soldiers had fought very bravely and had been martyred when British included India in the World War II. After all this struggle, why India continued to remain without being called a Hindu Rashtra is not clear. Here, I would like to give you two quotes of Gandhi, which you may like to know. The first quote of Gandhi is regarding raping of Hindu women at that time. He said, if a Muslim expressed his desire to rape a Hindu or a Sikh lady, she should never refuse him but cooperate with him. She should lie down like a dead with her tongue in between her teeth. Thus, the rapist Muslim will be satisfied soon, and sooner he will leave her. These are the words of Gandhi. In another quote which Gandhi said, Hindus should not harbor anger in their hearts against Muslims, even if the latter wanted to destroy them. Even if the Muslims want to kill us all, we should face death bravely. If they established their rule after killing Hindus, we would be ushering in a new world by sacrificing our lives. None should fear death. Birth and death is inevitable for every human being. Why should we then rejoice or grieve? If we die with a smile, we shall enter into a new life. We shall be ushering in a new India. Now, what exactly this new India Gandhi envisaged is not clear to me. I think Gandhi made us all cowards by his policy of non-violence, of satyagraha, of civil disobedience, and by handing over charkha to all the Indians. And I don't think it ultimately led to any kind of independence for our country. The contributions of Subhash Chandra Bose Shivaji Maharaj, Rani Lakshmi Bai, the Peshwas, and many others have not been fully elaborated and covered in Indian history, which has perhaps been written by leftist writers who were compliant with wishes of the Congress in this regard. These are some of my personal views regarding Gandhi and all what he has done for the independence of India. You may think otherwise. You are fully entitled to your views, but these are some aspects of Gandhi the politician which you should know about and which you need to consider when you are thinking about him. I am entitled to my views and you are also entitled to your views in this regard. So, thank you for listening to me.